we're about 270
record.
Yeah, about 126 on vendors, 136 total booths. Some bought double booths. It's our largest crowd. We grew another 10-15% this year.
You still have your platinum sponsors?
No, we sponsor events. You got that rolling, David?
I got it rolling.
We sponsor events now. So we'll have 2 sponsors for lunch.
Okay.
We'll have a sponsor for breakfast, Buckeye and Hilliard sponsors breakfast. So we sponsor events so that the vendor can welcome people like Hilliard and like Buckeye always did, and it's kind of their event to market, and it's a big boost for us.
Great.
Yeah. So.
Well, folks, what you can see is we have 2 people that stopped by our booth this morning. We're on the last day of the MSPMA conference here in Branson, Missouri. Glad to be a part of it, gentlemen. You are on Beyond Clean with Ace, where the cleaning industry talks about, well, just about anything and everything. And today I hear what you're talking about is the conference that, well, Tony, you put it together back in the day.
It's been a while, but we saw a need for. I attended a conference in San Antonio in the late 80s, and it was called Southern School of Plant Managers, and it was a group of southeastern states that had a semi-national organization, and probably the worst conference I ever attended in my life. They had more misinformation. They were telling people there how to get your employees to remove their asbestos and a few things like that. But I met a lot of good people from different states and got some super advice from Kentucky State Group. And they helped us get started in Missouri, and we copied a lot of stuff from what they did.
You know, sometimes you go to a conference and you learn what not to do.
That was definitely the case there.
So you started this, did you first, was it always Missouri Plant Managers, or did?
Yes, I believe it was 1990, sent out letters to all the schools that listed a director of facilities. And we had, I think it was in spring, we had 40 directors attend the meeting, and that's when we decided we wanted to have a state association. And the following fall, we had the opening of MSPA in Columbia at a conference. I can't remember the attendance, but had pretty good attendance. I think I counted we had 33 vendors at the Ramada Inn in Columbia.
I remember some of those Ramada Inn days back in those. Hey, Charlie, it's not 33 vendors anymore.
It's not. It's more like 133. So the interest has grown, and we welcome our vendors. They have so much information, and they can have so many solutions in one place that our schools can get to here at our conference.
Yeah, and I think it's grown in attendance as well.
It has.
Definitely so.
So you had about 30 or 40 people the first year?
No, I think we had 80 or so at the first one. Had all 40 of the people attended the meeting, plus
right.
We found a few more names.
I think when we finished at the lodge, we had about 135, 140 people at the lodge, 4 seasons, about 5 years ago.
I think that's true. Yeah.
And we came to Branson. The first year was a big growth year. I think people liked the idea of coming to Branson. Now it's alienated some parts of our state,
sure,
because it's so far away and people just can't find time. But if they come here, they make time.
Well, it's a big state, so you go on Kansas City or you go to St. Louis, there's people who can't go across the state.
Well,
but then again, you get the Northeast, Northwest, they can't come to Branson.
Chahokah is a haul unless they take the river boat. No, we welcomed about 275 members this year, but this beautiful facility has room for us, and you can park your car for 2.5 days and never get back in it. You can go across to the business sector on the landing. if folks have things to do of an afternoon and evening, if they're not, bring their wives or spouses, and we have a spouses program.
That's good.
And Tony's wife, Marie, organized that, I'm sure, to help with Judy. Did Judy help out with some of that?
Marie did it herself. I was going through some stuff before it came down, and they had a tour of the university. They had a trip over to Roachport. I think they went up to the Amish country up around Sturgeon.
So tell everybody, Tony, when did you give up this and turn over the reins? I mean,
They kicked, after I retired from director of facilities at Columbia Schools, the organization had grew enough that they wanted someone to watch after it. So I took over in, I believe, 2001. I think it was 3-4 years ago, decided it was time, and that's when Charley stepped in and got things rolling.
now, Fox, what you don't know from behind the camera, what you can't see me, is Tony and I kind of go a ways back. We've done some work together. I used to work selling Tony's supplies at Columbia Public Schools for many years.
Yes.
About 60 years ago, I left Columbia and Missouri and went to Florida and started my programs. But you know what? Somebody told me one time, Tony, that if you're in the cleaning industry, it has a way of just bringing you back.
It seems that once you're connected, you stay with it. I enjoy coming back.
Oh, and that's what I was going. Here you are back. You're retired, and you still can't leave.
I get to see a lot of old people and rehash a lot of war stories, but get to see some new people.
Okay, so give us a war story. Come on, give it up. Give it up.
I just told one up there a minute ago. We had a national conference. We got the Southern School Plant Managers changed to national in St. Louis, and I got to look over that for a year. But we had a young man with a company from Carolinas went on the bus tour, and we had a young lady there from, I believe, Maine. Well, they fell in love.
Ah,
And they got really involved.
okay.
Close.
And the next morning, one of our directors jumped this guy and chewed him out in front of everyone.
Ooh.
He said, I can't believe you're here acting like that. Married man, and just, it's not acceptable.
Uh-huh.
Guy finally said, I've been divorced for 3 years now.
Ah, somebody wasn't up to date on what was happening. There's always, this is what I love about doing podcasts. You always find out something interesting that nobody would ever know, and this
Sure
is, and folks,
Probably
hey,
some of it you can't repeat.
yeah, well, we're not going to tell those stories, not on camera here.
I saw, what's his name? Brian.
Brian Holland.
He's right there.
So we have some friends to our association who helped us grow. Brian Holland. Brian Holland's been instrumental in numerous associations across the state, assisting in growth and sharing information back and forth from one state to the other. And he's here back with us this year, and we're pleased to have him. It's his second year back. He and Scott Carpenter, who were instrumental in being a supportive set of vendors for us, and now Josh Peach. And so we're pleased to have them. We're getting ready to present a session, and we were going to say hello to them. So we might need to.
Yeah, and I think, and before you leave, Charlie, I think that's one of the neat things about coming to different conferences. I was in Florida, my home state now, and doing one of these, and then I ran into a couple of people here that had traveled the same way.
Right.
And I think that's the thing, as you said, no matter how long we've been in it, this is networking. This is sharing information so we can all prosper. I mean, because it is about keeping the kids safe and healthy, right?
It's a big thing I don't think that Ryan ever gets credit for. Our attendance was stagnant for a while. Ryan, what do we need to do to get going? He said, we need to get certification started. So we visited, and he set us up to go to Wisconsin.
Right.
And we modeled the certification after them. But Brian's the one that initiated the thought that we need to do this.
So in 2014, we started a certification program for facility directors. It takes about 2.5 years to accomplish that. We just graduated. So in 2014, we started our certification program. And we just graduated 49 school plant managers who've had an extensive amount of coursework and professional development. So we're really proud of that number, and it continues to be 45 to 40, 49, 50 every year.
Well, you're talking my language there, Charlie, because, that's what I do at the academy is certify people with professional development information. But I'm a little on the lower side of that scale. I work with the frontline custodians, but we all have our place, right?
We do. We also just presented 10 Master Seal certifications from the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, our state education board. We have a program that our frontline workers in schools can go through the summers, and we offer that program for DESE. So we just had 10 graduates to that. It's the first year we've ever awarded them in front of a group, and their superintendent showed up, and they're awarding those folks in front of the board. So we're really proud of that.
Well, folks, we have, it's a Wednesday morning. I don't even know who's going to stop by, but gentlemen, thank you for stopping by and being on the podcast this morning.
Thank you, David.